Okay, so hello all. Welcome to this Zoom meeting. Just a short note. On this meeting, all the microphones are allowed. That means if you are listening to TV or people are around you, just please switch off your microphone. So this way the other attendants will not hear all the noise which is around you. As we are not that numerous, we are a little dozen of people now. I would like to tell you that, okay, during this presentation, if you like just to ask a question, you can just interrupt me. Just you make your voice heard, and then just ask your question. Is it okay for you? So it's like an interactive one. As some of you already know, I am a new hearhead. I am a French speaker, so my English is sometimes a bit limited. So if you want to ask a question and you want me to understand it, just please speak slowly as you would speak with a stranger, so I can understand and I can try to reply correctly. And if I use strange words for you and you don't understand them, just please ask me to repeat, and I will reply again with other words. Okay? So thank you all for joining today. Thank you to the PTA to have made this possible, this chat with you. I suppose you are all PTA members, or there are people among you who come from outside? All PTA members?
I think everyone here is PTA members. There are other members who did say they would join, but haven't so far. So I don't know if they have problems or not.
Okay, they can try to. They can arrive later. They join a meeting.
Can I just say to start with, we're very much appreciate you doing this.
Me too.
It's a great thing to do.
Thank you, Steve.
I'm not sure about the skill set of everybody here, but I know some people work online already, but some people perhaps not. And so it's a very useful seminar, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I know some of you already, and so you are not all beginners. My presentation of today is mostly aimed to beginners, but of course we will have some time at the end just to exchange a bit. So whether you are or not experienced it, you can ask your question, and we will talk. And if needed, I can share my screen and show you things you would ask. So if you are ready, we will start now. So now, so what shall we talk about today? So this presentation will be in 3 parts, I would say. First one is a presentation, so a slideshow, which will be quite short. The second part will be a demonstration. So I will go on the site and show you how you create an account and how you can upload a sale. And the third part will be question and answer at the end. So free discussion together. So during this slideshow, I will talk to you about first, who am I, if you don't know me, so you know why I am here today talking to you. What is Delcampe.net? Then why you should sell on the internet. Then third, how you sell on the internet. Then we go for the demo and then question, as I said. So first, I am a PTA member as well. So I am Belgian, as you can hear it. I am 42. I have a family with 3 kids now, 4, 6, and 12 years old. And I am a postcard collector since my early childhood. So I collect since I was 8, and I never stopped it actually. When I became adult, I became a stamp and postcard dealer. It did not last for a long time because I quite soon realized that I could do something online on my own. So I decided to build my own marketplace online, which name is Delcampe.net. It was 20 years ago already. I was young. It was in year 2000. I can say I am a postcard market lover, so I do a lot of shows, not in the last few months, but I like to travel the world to go to shows, to meet as well collectors as dealers. So this is part of my world. I am PTA member for more than 10 years. I have been warmly welcomed by you 10 years ago when I went to the first PTA show in London at that time. I am a member of dozens of collectors associations as well. I am a consultant in my free time for the worldwide collectible markets. So working for corporates who wants to address this market and have questions. So I share my experience. And then, as I said, I am world traveler and business angel, meaning I invest in young companies and I help the new business owners to be as successful as possible in their venture. So that's just about me. Now about Delcampe.net. So I founded it 20 years ago. So we are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year from the month of October during 1 year. So we will have a lot of celebrations on the site. We are already preparing them. Just for the short story, if I started the site, it was because, yes, I was a stamp and postcard dealer and I feel there was something missing, but mostly because I was challenged by an eBay manager. So the eBay Belgium manager, actually I was the bestseller on their site in Belgium, and I wanted just to work for them. And I went to Brussels to have an interview. And after the interview, he asked me, okay, what do you want to do for us? And I said, I think I could be your webmaster, so I can program it. And the person just told me that I would never be able to do it. So maybe he was right. So it was not a problem for me. I just wanted to check, okay, whether I am or not able to do it. So I came back home, I bought my own domain name, and I started programming myself. And a few months later, I started the site. And I think less than 2 years after, we were bigger than eBay in Belgium. So, okay, it was good to start it. It was a good idea. So today, Delcampe is the largest marketplace for collectors worldwide. That means we have very few competition besides eBay. You all know eBay. I give you here some figures about it. We have 90 million listings. So this is the total inventory we have now on the site. Among them, most of them are postcards. So we have 55 million postcards on sale on the site. We have a little more than 1 million users, and among them, we have 100,000 sellers, that meaning people having sold something in the last year. We have 2,000 professional dealers, and we have 60 auction houses displaying their catalogs on the site. And we have, this is the most important for you as a dealer, 300,000 buyers on the site, which is quite huge. And we only have collectors on the site. I mean, as we are a specialist website, we don't have really the global attendance you have on sites like eBay, which is generalist. We have only specialist collectors on the site. So this is about Delcampe itself. And to manage this, we are just a small team. So we are just 30 people. You can see them just on the screen you see on the right. We are a very small team for customer service, sales, and mostly programming the site. So that's just about us. Now we will talk about why you should sell on the internet. I suppose that if you are here today, it's because you are already convinced that you should do something on the internet, or probably you already do something on the internet. So why? First, it's convenient and easy now. When I started 20 years ago, it was not that convenient and easy because there were a lot of technological barriers to access this. Now, okay, it's very, very easy. You have computers, you have mobile phones, tablets, so it's very, very easy to use it. And at Delcampe, we have one of our greatest strengths is that we have collectors in our team, and we know the collectibles market for more than 20 years. This means we can build a site especially for collectible items. We try to make it as easy easy for the user as possible, and to make it as tailored fit for the collectibles market. That's why, for instance, we have more than 20,000 categories on Delcampe, specialized categories. So second, why you should sell on the internet? It's safe. We have a system like you have on eBay, which is the feedbacks. That means when a sale is done, the buyer can express his opinion about his seller and give him a percentage between 0 and 100%. And what is special on Delcampe is that the seller is able as well to give feedback to the buyer, because we believe we are in a collector community, which is a bit different than eBay, and everyone taking part in a transaction should receive a feedback. So this is one part of the security we built on the site. I will not enter into details about all the security, the technical security we put on the site to check accounts, to verify people. I can tell you that every day we have between 200 and 300 people joining the site, and every day we have between 10 and 20 accounts we close, just because of safety reason or because of bad behaviors or things like that. We are a real community of collectors, and we want all people to be correct and safe with everyone. To get paid for you, it's safe as well, because you can get paid upfront with PayPal or Delcampe. I will not talk really much about Delcampe today, but it is a system we launched, which is similar to PayPal, but it is done by us in partnership with a bank in France. And it is cheaper than PayPal is, but still less popular now, and mostly it is only available on our site, not on other sites. Third, a reason why you should sell on the internet, the community of buyers is huge. As I told you, we have more than 300,000 buyers on Delcampe only for last year. And these people are looking for your postcards. What a buyer wants is only to find items for his collection. So as many you can present to him, as many you will sell to him. And finally, why sell on the internet? On all websites, you can sell worldwide and address this huge community. So you are not limited in the UK in your case. You can really sell worldwide, and most of the online sellers finish they sell more in other countries than in their own countries, depending what they sell, of course. So these are the reasons why you should sell on the internet. Now, how you can sell on the internet, so it will be the demo time. I will first show you how you can register and log in, then create your account and use it. Second, see what others sell and how, because the best professor you can get are the other users. Just see what they do. Just first try to find the successful sellers, and then see how they sell, what price they sell. Okay, just analyze their store and do the same. There are chances that you will be as successful. Third, your first sale. So we will make a sale together. So we will upload an item. First, you will have to configure your store. So to tell about your terms and conditions. Then you will fill the form for the first item you will put on sale. And fourth step, I will show you how you can pay and track your sales. This will be the part where I will spend the less time, because it is a bit more advanced, and maybe will be the subject of a later demo if you like so. So this is what I will show you now. So before launching the demo, are there any questions among you or any comments?
I'm interested in your Delcampe.
Mm-hmm.
How is it different from, say, PayPal or transmission of checks or whatever other means of payment people might come up with?
Okay.
What's the advantages of Delcampe?
I would say the two main advantages are, it is first fully integrated into the site, so the user experience is by far better than with PayPal, as well for the buyer as for the seller. This is the the main advantage. Second advantage, which is important for you as a seller as well, is that the price is by far cheaper than PayPal is. So you can compare the prices on the site. But there are advantages to PayPal as well. For instance, on PayPal, the buyer has buyer protection. He can get a refund from PayPal, depending some condition. We don't have this on Delcampe, at least not yet. We are working on security and on improvement on this, but this is not available on the site. And PayPal is available on many, many countries. So except some countries where their bank license is not allowed, they are worldwide. On Delcampe, buyers can pay from nearly all countries with their credit cards, but as a seller, we only allow a few countries, depending of the countries that are allowed by the bank we work with. But there are many, many countries already among Europe. UK is in the country, so you can use Delcampe without any problem.
Thank you.
And you don't have to choose between the two way of payments. Just you configure both, and the buyer will choose whether he wants to pay with PayPal or Delcampe.
Right.
Okay. You're welcome, Chris.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. So we go now for the demo. So, welcome to the Delcampe site. This is the home page. So this is basically when you type in delcampe.net, you arrive on this page. What you can see here is, so you have some explanation about the site you have commercial things as well. Here you have the main categories of the site. You see that postcards with 55 million items is by far our largest category on Delcampe. And these are the advantages. I already talked about that. Why sell on Delcampe? We do more than 1,000 sales per day. There is no listing fees as well, so you should know that. Putting on sale is free on Delcampe. You just pay if you sell something. The store is free, and we have very low commissions fee. What I want to show you is this, because this presentation is basically for beginners, so maybe you don't know exactly how the process works. So here it is quite clear how it works. You see that the first step is you, as the seller, you put items up for sale. These items, you put them on Delcampe. I will show you how. And immediately they are available for your buyers. Then you have a buyer, he will place a bid or buys the item at fixed price, depending what you will have chosen as a method of selling. So now you have a buyer. Then we confirm to the buyer and to yourself that, okay, there is a sale, and you send him an invoice through the site. He pays through the way of payment you have chosen to make available, and you send the item, he received it, and then, okay, you evaluate each other. And each month, the seller pays a fee to Delcampe it's a commission based on his success. That means you pay depending what you sell. If you don't sell anything on the site, okay, you are sad, we are sad as well, because you will not earn money. If you sell much, okay, we are happy with you because we will earn more commission as well. This is a win-win system we practice on Delcampe. So I continue now. I will show you how to register. So the first thing you have when you join the site, as for any other site, is to have an account. On Delcampe, it's quite convenient. You just go, there are different ways to join the sign-up page. Just here on top left, you can click on sign up. Okay, you are just in front of a formula. You can register as private individual or professional, depending what is your fiscal status actually. I will show you here. So just write first name, surname, your address, so zip code, city, country. So I am in Belgium. I will just choose UK as the country because This way, our sales will be in GBP. United Kingdom here. So you have to choose a nickname. That will be your username, actually. So let's choose Test Sébastien. Your email. So here I will use my test email. Here we go. You choose a password. Just something you will easily remember. Don't take it too easy nor too complicated. Of course, you want to receive our newsletter and professional offers or not. You choose whether you want to check this box or not. You accept the Delcampe terms and conditions of use. You can read it here. You have to certify that you are an adult, and it is allowed for kids as well, but they have to be to receive the authorization of their parents. So your birth date. So we just check. So now you don't have any reason to forget my birthday. So 2 May 1978. Sign up and then just wait. So what you see here, it's a confirmation that your registration is nearly complete. Just for your security, an email has been sent to your mailbox. You just have to click in that email just to confirm that the email address is correct, because we should make sure that we have a way to contact you in case you have a sale or etc. So we go here to the mailbox. In my case, it is a Gmail. Okay, I'm very happy the email came, otherwise it would have been a problem for me. So I received an email from Delcampe just to confirm my registration. I open it and then, okay, hello Sebastian Delcampe, confirm your registration and start using your Delcampe account. Just click on that button. So, welcome, you are a member of the Delcampe community. Here you have a few information about the site again, so you can, we will not read everything now. You have here the information about Delcampe. If you like to activate it, just follow that button. Okay, you have different information you can read here, or you can just start using the site as we will do now. You see that as we have clicked on the link, we are already identified. So the site knows Test Sebastian is connected. So what we will do now, we will go first back to the home page, and then we will go to the selling page. So selling form. So I will show you how you should upload your first item. Any question about the registration or not? It's okay. So we go to sale, sell. Here you have a lot of small links that will be useful when you will have more use to the site. But the one we need now is here, the first one, the selling form. This is the most easy and convenient way when you start selling on the site, as on any marketplace. Just use the selling form. But first, before putting an item on sale, you have first to define your terms and conditions. What I will show you now is something you should only do once. Once it's done, okay, you don't have to do that for each item you will upload, but I will show you that this could be done in a few minutes the first time. The first thing you have to do to sell on Delcampe, you define your payment methods, your sales condition, and then you can customize your store if you like so. So the first step is the payment method. So here you can activate your Delcampe account if you like so. You see that we push that much. So you will find a link if you need to activate Delcampe. We have put a lot of links on the site. If you have a PayPal account, you can add it here. For instance, I will put my Delcampe account, my PayPal account. So you click on PayPal. You write that your PayPal email is this. So this is my real PayPal account. For me, this is my personal account. Just save. Okay, that's it. It's already activated. You see here. So in less than 20 seconds, your PayPal is linked to Delcampe. If you like so, you can accept bank transfer, domestic check, cash. If you like so, you just activate or deactivate it here. Okay, I will activate cash. Just click on this big orange button to continue. We are now in the sales conditions. You choose whether you want shipping after payment or before payment. Most sellers, a vast majority of them, choose after payment for their own safety. Sometime later, if you get to know a buyer who is a returning one in your store, you may decide to ship before getting the payment. But when you don't really know a buyer, you will not ship a postcard of 1,000 British pound without knowing him. Never do that. You choose whether you accept the person to come in person at your home to get the item. For postcard, it's not really useful, but if you sell furniture, for example, okay, this is more useful. The shipping cost, whether they are paid by you or by the buyer. Most sellers prefer payable by the buyer, but I would say that the most successful sellers, they include actually the shipping charges in their price. The buyer loves that actually. The destination, that means where you accept to sell. So here, by default, it is only in the UK, but you can choose to sell to all continents here. Or if you prefer to not sell to a continent, at least for starting your sale, it's better to train with countries that are just near you. So first maybe just start with UK, and then you can choose Europe and then worldwide. And up to you, you choose actually. But I would advise not to limit yourself to your own country. Otherwise, you will limit by far your sales on the site. The guarantee, so satisfied or refund it. So you as a professional dealer, I strongly advise you to click on yes, and you have at least to comply to the laws about this. About your shipping cost. So here you can write a free text. What I'm showing you is the present system, but I can already tell you that before the end of this year, this system will be more automated. We will do it better. Today, it's just a free text to tell you by how your shipping cost works. We will just say, okay, first postcard. Okay, for the UK, you ask £1. For Europe, £2. For each next one. Something like that. Well, whatever the amounts, it's just what I think could be a good way of working. But you have to choose. Actually, on Delcampe, you have a lot of freedom. I know you are the professional, you know your condition. Okay, it's not. We will not force you to change your way of the way you do your business. If you have specific conditions, whatever they can be, special deals, delivery information. Yes, maybe you can write there. I manage my sale every Friday, and I ship on the next Friday. So the buyer knows about how you manage your store, so he knows about how the transaction will work with you. So that's it. Just click on continue here. And last step is the customization. This is quite important. It is authorize the buyer to pay without waiting for the payment request. That means if you trust the buyer all your buyers will understand your shipping condition and they can put themselves the amount in their invoice. Okay, you can just activate this and your buyer will be happy. He can pay immediately without waiting you to edit the invoice. Most sellers deactivate that because they get numerous payments without shipping costs, for instance. This is about lower bids. That means sometimes on Delcampe, a buyer can submit a bid which is lower than the price you request. Whether it's up to you to choose whether you accept this method of selling or not, if you want to activate it or not. And if you activate it, okay, you can choose the maximum discount you would accept as an offer, the minimum delay after you put on sale. So that means here during the 4 first weeks, you will not be bothered by that kind of offer. And if you like, so you can choose to automatically accept these lower offers. Here, you accept automatically for maximum 20% under your price. When you activate it, you should be aware that when the buyer will submit the offer, it will not be automatically accepted immediately. Otherwise, the buyer may understand it and will purchase all your items with the automatic percentage you accept. So he cannot know that you accept automatically. And that's it. You see here that your billing currency is GBP. Just save. And that's it. Here it has taken, some minutes because I explained you everything step by step. Otherwise, this could be done in less than 5 minutes. So what you see now is the selling form on Delcampe. So now we will put on sale the first item. This is, I would say, the most important part of this demonstration is to show you how convenient it is. So let's say that the first item we will put is, of course, a postcard from the UK. This is what I've chosen to do today. You first have to choose the category here. Category is postcards. As I told you, we have many categories. So it's important to choose the right category so the buyer can find your items. So postcards, Europe. And in Europe, you have here, United Kingdom. Okay. Here you have different parts. Okay, let's say England. And then you have different regions of England. Okay. I will put my card in order, which is not a good thing. It's just because I am not good in UK geography. Maybe you can tell me. I will show you the card, so you can tell me which category I should choose. So we go here. So on my desktop, PTA demo. Probably you know that postcard, which is quite famous. Okay. Diver at Winchester Cathedral. Can you tell me where Winchester is?
Hampshire.
Hampshire, thank you. Here. Confirm?
Voila.
Okay, thank you, Clive. So, oh yes, it's here, Winchester. So, it is important to choose the right category because, the Winchester postcard collectors will look into that category. Don't put your card in another category. So, we have chosen the category. Now we will describe the sale. So here is the diver at Winchester Cathedral. Feel free to add keywords here. That means if the keyword is related to your postcard, please write it here because the buyer, half of the buyer, they search by keywords. So here you can interest buyers looking for Winchester, for cathedral, for diver, so that kind of thing. You can add up to 99 images for free. So we nearly don't limit you about the number of images you can upload on the site. So just click on this plus. You browse your computer, PTA demo. Okay, here we are. You can select at once different pictures, so you don't have to select them one by one and upload one by one. Okay, you see here, they are being uploaded. That's it. So your pictures has been already stored on our server. If you like so, you can modify. Sometimes you can see that your postcard is just the wrong side. You can easily rotate it if you like so, or you can crop it if you need it. Here we don't need, so we will not do that. Enter a description. So there, okay, whatever you like. So you can see that's you see the obverse. Yes, I see obverse. I did obverse. whatever you think it's interesting for your buyer. The currency you want to sell in, so British pounds. And here you have to choose between fixed price sale or auction. In short, fixed price means that you put a price, and if a buyer is interested, he can buy it in 1 second and pay it immediately. So it is very fast for the buyer. They love to buy fixed price. But for you as a dealer, if you have an item which is quite rare, it's better to put it on auction. This way, you are sure that the right price will be reached, because on auction, people will bid on each other. And at the end of the time, you will have decided, okay, the highest bidder will be the winner. So let's say we will do a fixed price sale here for £100. In postcards, most of the time, you don't need to write about the quantities unless you sell for material, for instance, accessories. If you sell accessories, that could be useful. The sale ending date, that means, okay, you would like, for instance, your sale to end on a Sunday night. Here the system by default proposed you 7 days, but I advise you, okay, target the Sunday nights because there are more people on Delcampe at that time. Sunday night, okay, and the time here, you can say around 20 hours, 24, it's okay. Renewal is if your item is not sold, you choose how many times it will automatically renew. So, just a minute, I see there is a microphone somewhere. Yeah, we have other telephone conversation. Okay, found it. My apologies as well. You can activate again when you don't have people around you. So renewal, yes. If your item is not sold, okay, you can automatically renew it. So you don't have yourself as a dealer to renew each time all your inventory. You can choose if you don't want any renewal, or you can renew it until it is sold. Most dealers on the site use until it is sold. And each time it will be renewed, for that many days. You can choose to have it always on the Sunday evening. Then, okay, you can put 7 on 14, 21, 28, and so on. If you put 10 days, each time it will be renewed, the day will change. So you will maybe reach other people. That's a strategy. Let's say 10 days. Okay, here of course we invite you to join the Club Plus, which is a paid subscription on the site. I will not advertise it here, but of course we push it in the selling form. When you are done, just click here on sell. You see that the listing is free. So you've seen that in less than 1 second, your item is already on sale. It is on the site. You have a confirmation here about what you have entered, all the information, so you can check again. If you made any mistake, just click on here to update your item, or you can close it immediately if you see that you have put the wrong price and you fear a buyer will jump on your sale. What is interesting on our site is that just after here, if you scroll a bit, there is a new selling form for a new item, and all the information you have put for your first item are still kept. So you don't have to write them again. So my advice is if you have a batch of Winchester postcards, take them all at once. So you will not have to change the category each time. It should be it should be good for the time. Don't lose your time. And you see here, everything is written again. So it is easy for you to upload items one by one. Just the best is to take items that are similar. So we will go up just to show you what your sale look like on the site. So we go here to see the sale. You don't do that each time, of course, but here, as I am showing you how it works, I show you. So this is the page your buyer will see. With here, the picture, you can see you have used a good picture. You can easily zoom in or zoom out on the picture. So I will not demonstrate here the buyer part. You can see on the side. What I will do here is that I will buy myself this item with my personal account. So this way I can show you what happens when you have a buyer. So just please give me a minute. I will just switch the account and take my personal account. So I will log in. So Belgian collector is me. Here we go. I am connected. I see the sale. The price is fixed price, £100. I want to buy it. I just confirm my purchase. Okay, I got confirmation and I ask for the payment request. That means the buyer will send an email to the seller, just say, okay, I'm waiting for your invoice now. It's done. Here I am in my management of purchased items, so I will not show you that now because it's not part of this demo, but I will go back to the test account. So to show you what it looks like on new part. So here, and to track your sales, you go here in the menu on sell, and then you have my sales tracking. You can check all. So great news, you have a buyer who agreed to pay you £100 for this item. You can see here the accounts of the buyer. You can see his feedbacks. I talked to you sooner about the feedbacks. That means this is a wonderful buyer. Of course, it's me. He gets 100% feedbacks on the site and more than 3,000 transactions. Just to tell you, the seller who has the more feedbacks has 500,000 transactions on the site presently. So you see the country, you see the spoken languages of your buyer. You should be aware that in your account, you can say which languages you speak. And if you don't have any common language with your buyer, he will get warned of that. He will get a warning just to say, oh, you speak only French, your buyer only speaks English, you will not be able to communicate. So just please, if you really want to buy, you will have to use an automatic translator and so on. So this is important to know the languages spoken by the other party. Okay, so you as a seller, what you should know here is that this is where you will be able to manage all your invoices, all your shipping. You have here on the top all the steps we have. So the first one is to invoice. We will go there because this is the sale you just done now. You know that your buyer is expecting your invoice. We will do it, why not? So you see here that there is a button as payment. Here you will send your payment request to Belgian collector. We remind you the item. You can say, send a message to him. We are a very friendly community, so never forget to say a kind word to your buyer. They love it, of course. Thank you. Your delivery fee, I think I've written this now. It's is in Europe, so it was this, £2. So send a payment request. Here you see that your invoice disappeared from to invoice and it goes to invoiced. That means, okay, you are just waiting now for the payment. And once the payment will come, you will see here, this is all the steps of the transaction. So payment request is payment sent by your buyer, payment received by you. Note that if they use PayPal or Delcampe, this will be checked automatically, of course. You just have to check yourself if you receive by cash or bank account or by check. You click there when you have sent your item. We can do that as well. I will show you. I did not preview, but I will. Let's say I received a payment in cash. So I click on payment received. Here I go on awaiting shipment. And here I have the possibility to print a delivery note, which is quite convenient because you have the possibility just to print out this and to put that in in a letter with a window for the address, and you send to your buyer. Okay, we will close that. When it's done, just click on item sent. It goes to ship it. Your buyer knows that you sent it. I can tell you that in the next month, we will add the possibility to the seller to add here the tracking number, because most of the time you can now add a tracking number, and this will be communicated to your buyer, so he can know exactly where the shipment is. And that's it. When he will get the item, he will just click here, and you can archive your sale as soon as you have given feedback. That's it. So here you have seen how it works. What I can show you is how to check what others are selling and how they sell. That could be interesting for you. So the buyer part of the site. So we go back to the home page, and then we will go to postcards here. Okay, so here you see we have many categories. Let's go to the UK. United Kingdom is here. I will go to Hampshire, as we have put our card there. Hampshire and Winchester is here. So here you can see that we have 2,000 postcards on sale for Winchester in this category. I will not explain everything here because it is the buyer part. But what could be interesting for you as a dealer is Delcampe allows you to see what has been sold and for what price. This is here. You can filter your sale with this, all these possibilities. And here you have sale status. And in sale status, you can see closed and sold only. We will look into that. So you see here your successful sale to Sébastien Delcampe, which has been sold for £100. And you can see other things that has been sold. You can see who was the seller. You can see all information and what the price was. So it is quite convenient if you have a postcard and you don't know what is the price. For instance, for the diver at Winchester, I will make a search here, just to see if this postcard was on sale and for what price. So this is mine. Yes, it has been sold there. Okay, he was cheaper than me. But voilà. So you can easily check what the price was for that item. So that's it for the demo, I think. So do you have any question about what I have shown you now?
Sebastian, I was going to ask you about, you talked about putting in your bank details for accepting bank transfers. If you put your details in there, will that only cover for British buyers, or will it take into account IBAN payments?
Both. If you put that, at least as the system is built today, it will be available to all buyers for the countries you accept to sell to.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's behind your question. What you want to know is if you can restrict the usage of your bank account to just UK?
No, it's the other way around, is that when I sell quite a bit to Europe, and quite a few people want to pay by IBAN, but obviously the bank details I would put in aren't necessarily the same details that they need if they're going to do a bank transfer from Europe.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure, I haven't seen that screen, so I don't know quite what it shows.
I will show you. So just give me a second, because I have to manage all my windows here. Okay. Here we go to sell, and then you see my store, and you can go to shop configuration here. Okay, you have the payment methods here. We go to bank transfer and add a bank account. So this is basically the information we
so
require.
It does
you
ask
to answer.
IBAN as well.
Yes.
Excellent. I've never seen that, so I can do that. Now, how does your buyer access that information?
Okay, when you buyer, what I will do now, okay, I will show you as a buyer. I will first maybe undo my transaction, so as a buyer, I can show you how I can see that.
Okay.
I will first activate it, and wait, I will put data. Just there is a difficulty here, is that I think we checked the IBAN, not sure, but I think we do. No, it's not Afghanistan. Let's take any Europe, please. We'll try. Not sure it will work.
Okay.
No, it's not accepted. So I can unfortunately not show you, but I can explain. I will just first undo my transaction. So just what I've shown you now, I go to my sale tracking, and I will tell that the sale was not bad. So now I will unclick this and unclick that. So the buyer is now able to pay again. I will go to my personal account. So I log out from here and go back to Belgian collector. So I will not see it for real here. So invoice is here. No, this is my sale tracking. So buy is purchase tracking here. So here you have the test item again. When we click on pay here as a buyer,
Yeah.
I have to choose here which way of payment I want to choose. So you remember when we have set up the store, we have set up a PayPal account, and we said that we accept cash. If you accept the IBAN payment, so the bank transfer, it will appear here. So the buyer will have an option, and when you click on that, we will display him the needed information, and he can print it out. That means I don't know if it is still the case in the UK, but it is still the case in Belgium. There are people who print out the bank details and they go to the bank to make the wire. So we have the possibility for the buyer to print out your information as well to go to his bank. This is how it looks for the buyer, actually.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome, Blair. Any other question?
Just to carry on from what Clive asked, then, I mean, I know that IBAN, there's a fee when it comes to the UK. So obviously you've got to put that in somewhere as well, haven't you? So if you're using an IBAN to pay for something, then you must stipulate the fee as well. Is there any way to automate that?
Yes, you could. I will show you. So we go back to the seller account. So that's Sebastian.
If I could just mention, Steve, it depends on your bank account because I don't pay anything for IBAN payments.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Steve, you have to change your bank actually.
Yeah.
That's the rich people. I mean.
Send me your account details, please, Clive.
Yeah, pass them over to me as well, Steve. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm quite happy for you to send me money.
So Steve, I will show you. We go back to the configuration of the store. And here we have seen earlier, we have the sales conditions. We will just continue here. And the second step is the sales condition. And here, if you remember well, I could not tell you exactly what you should write here, but for instance, you can write it there. IBAN payments.
Okay.
Add, I don't know. % or so. You can write it there. This is the present way of doing it, which is quite, I would say, a bit old-fashioned or old school, but it works presently. At the end of the year, we will have a new system, and in that new system, you will be able to say, okay, I accept that way of payment for these countries, and whether, depending the location of the buyer, I require to have this fee, ask it, and so on. So we are preparing. We do that already for more than 1 year now. We are working on that. We are preparing now a system which will be by far more convenient about that, and everything will be automated for the buyer. So he knows upfront exactly what he will pay. Yeah. Today it's a bit difficult for the buyer because he has to read the conditions to understand them, and okay, for some sellers it's sometimes difficult to understand them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. And of course, you can apply those when you make the invoice.
Yeah. When you raised your hand, your microphone is stopped.
Oh.
Wayne.
Sorry. Oh, not me.
Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
You have any question, Wayne?
Yeah, I noticed 1 or 2 buyers are now also imposing PayPal charges. Is that acceptable by Delcampe, or is there any hard, fast rules on that one?
Unfortunately, it's not allowed anymore. It was 1 year ago, but the difficulty is that the law has changed. So the European law actually now, and the professional dealers are not allowed anymore to ask charges depending the way of payment of the buyers. So unfortunately, no, I cannot tell you that it is still allowed. It is not on eBay, and on Delcampe it is not. I think we stopped allowing it maybe 1 year ago, just because we had too many problems with complaints. There were court cases and so on. So okay, we prefer to just apply the law.
Yeah, sure, understand. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for your question.
Quite glad to hear that, Sebastian. I'm quite glad to hear that there are no charges for PayPal fees, because that was a criticism that I had for many years. But you said for professional sellers.
Yep, so I do. Yes, this is what the law is telling.
So
as a private
casual seller, he can still pay a fee. He can still charge a fee, can he?
As a private seller, you mean?
A private seller, yeah.
I don't think so. Just because we simplified the system, just because buyers did not understand the difference when they buy to a professional or a private seller. So we simplified it. So it's not allowed as well. No.
Thank you.
So sorry about that.
I have another question. I haven't been selling on Delcampe. I must apologize for many years. But when I was on there was a thing called Ninja Lister. Do you still have that?
Yes, we do. This is my next slide, actually. I can show you.
Sorry.
This is the... I will come back to the questions after. But I will show you this because you asked. Because we have tools for superstar online sellers, of course, on Delcampe. Here I showed you the beginner part. But we have sellers who have hundreds of thousands of items listed on Delcampe. And most of the time, they did not enter them one by one through the formula. They use the Delcampe lister. So it is an offline software that you can download, and you can enter all your sales offline, and then you send everything to the site. This is Delcampe lister. And there you have the ability to import items as well. That means if you have Excel files, for instance, with your inventory, you can import to that software. This is for the big sellers, Delcampe lister. And we have the API. API is for the big sellers. That means API is a system that allows when you have an online store already, so you have a website where you already sell, you have a database with all your sales there, and the API is a piece of software that goes between your website and Delcampe. So your website and the Delcampe site can talk each other. And so this way, you can, when you upload a new item to your web store, it is duplicated on Delcampe, for instance. And if it is sold on Delcampe, it is immediately closed on your site, so you avoid having two buyers for the same item, and the others as well. So if you sell on your web shop, it is automatically closed on Delcampe. This is the API. But for this, it is more for really advanced sellers. I think we have a little more than 100 users for the API, so it's not bad. But for this, you need a programmer to integrate this system with your website. Okay. Any other question?
Yeah, I've got one.
Yes, Sebastian. Sorry,
Yes.
was somebody else?
It's okay, carry on.
I just wanted to ask about the question of commission.
Mm-hmm.
What do you charge by way of commission?
I will show you. You can find it on the site.
Right.
I don't know them by heart because it depends on the VAT of each country, for instance. So when you go to the homepage of Delcampe, and you can find them at the bottom. There is several links on the site, but at the bottom I know there is at least one. Here you have, sell and rates. Rates are here.
Right. Okay, so I can look that up. As far as you were talking about, the commission is taken each month.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Okay. I will go on with the page here, so you can better understand. So to check the rates, you have to enter here your status, whether you are private or professional, whether you are not
Sure.
VAT liable. Club Plus is a paid subscription of Delcampe that allows you to have a cheaper tariff, but you have to pay a subscription for that. Your country, and your currency. And this way you can update the tariff which is displayed.
Okay.
So, and this is the tariff on Delcampe. So basically how it works. Every month, so the first of each month, we check what was your sales volume of the previous month. So between the first and the last day of the previous month. Depending on that volume, we will apply a percentage of commission, which is detailed here. So the more you sell in 1 month, the more your commission is going down, so that the less you pay as a percentage. And then we ask you for the commission, and you have 1 to 2 months to pay for it. So we are not stressing our sellers. What we have you have like an open account with Delcampe, and we will just debit the amount from your account, and you say, okay, no, Chris, your due is that amount to Delcampe. Just please it whenever you can. And just I can tell you about. Pardon? Yeah,
I wanted to ask, what's the most efficient way to pay your commission?
Oh, depending. If you have a PayPal account, you can do that by PayPal.
I don't have PayPal.
Okay, you have a credit card?
I do.
You do. So you can pay by credit card, or if you activate a Delcampe account, it is the most convenient way, because in Delcampe, as in PayPal, you can link your credit card. So that means Delcampe will take on your credit card when you validate the payment. This is the most efficient. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, Chris. And just to tell you about, sometimes there could be a buyer who does not pay for your item. That can happen on Delcampe as on any other site. Then you can just file, you can cancel a sale. And if you cancel a sale, okay, for instance, if you sold something on the 15th May, and now you don't have any payment for your buyer, and of course we have already charged it for the month of May on June 1st. Okay, you have still the possibility to ask for a refund for that item. We manage this as well, of course.
Right.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Nick,
Sorry to interrupt.
Nick, you had a question as well, I think.
Yeah, I did. It seems very user-friendly, very easy to use, and very efficient. I just wondered, could you sell me Delcampe over eBay?
Yes, I do that for 20 years. Yes, I can do that. What I can tell you is that, okay, we are cheaper in not that cheaper now because eBay changed the price as well. We are a bit cheaper than eBay, but we have a better service for the collectors. That means on Delcampe, what we have a dedicated team to reply you. You can know the people of my team when you go to the site. You see the people, the face of the people. So we are real. We interact with the users on the forum, for instance. I can show you. I will show you my team here. If you go to the bottom of the page, yeah. So actually, we are a human company, which is not the most important for you as a seller, of course. But you know that there is someone who is responsible of what happens on the site. Team of people. It's coming, but my connection is a bit slow. You know, as we are contained, I live in a country, and so my connection is a bit slow. It should arrive. Just wait a bit. Okay, here we go. So this is our team. You know that, okay, for UK, for instance, Elise will be the person to reply you. There will be Miranda as well. She's here. Sylvia can reply to you as well. So you know the people who will reply to your emails. That is important. You have a point of contact in our team. And some of you have already met people of my team because we go on shows. So you go to know them and that's easier. I probably don't have a single point of contact in eBay, someone you can really know. That's a bit different. So we have a more personalized service. And as we are specialists of the collection, the buyer feel comfortable with us as well, because there is not, we have safeties on Delcampe. We have moderators, for instance. We have people looking for the categories just to check that what is put on sale is correct. I mean, there is no forgeries or things that could be a crook to the buyer. I don't know the exact term, but that are not honest with the buyer. So we have, and these moderators are buyers themselves. So they are collectors who have a special account on the site. They can control this. Of course, I can tell you that on Delcampe, every day we have between 200,000 and 300,000 new items. So we can check everything. But we try to do our best. We focus on the quality of the community. This is what we do actually, because we cannot focus on quality of items themselves because we cannot control it, but we focus on quality of the community. Regarding eBay, I can tell you that they have a by far bigger exposure. There are more and more, by far more people looking at eBay. What I can tell you is just, okay, maybe you don't have to choose between the two. You can try both and just choose the one that fits the best with your way of selling. I have met people that are by far great eBay sellers. They sell great on eBay. I will never tell them, okay, stop eBay and come to Delcampe. If you're living on eBay and you are happy, don't leave. It's okay. But I think it's good to test other things and to just make the choice. We are long-term runners. We exist for 20 years, as eBay is 25 now. And just, just a matter of choice, whether you are comfortable with one or the other. I don't know if it really replies your question, but...
No, I think it's mainly the amount, the number of customers you get through your site as compared to eBay. I think that's the main thing.
I'm sorry, Mick, but I don't hear you clearly. Can you?
Sorry, yeah. It's
yes,
the volume of customers through your site as compared to the volume of customers through eBay. Because yes. I do sell on eBay, and the footfall of customers is quite high, very high. I just wondered how it would compare with Delcampe. But certainly interesting to have a look. I shall have a look definitely and see.
Okay.
What, I could
yes,
do
please. Thank you. And if you need any help, just please contact us. We have a sales team as well. For professional dealers, you are able to ask them for a phone number, for instance. This is something you can ask at the Delcampe team. But only for professional dealers, we do that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mick.
Thank you.
So, I think
Sebastian, a question I was going to ask. Sorry, can I ask a question, Sebastian?
Yes, please.
When I get PayPal payments on Delcampe items, it never puts on the invoice, on the payment, what the item is.
Never, you mean?
When you get the PayPal payment, it doesn't mention that it's a Delcampe item, and it doesn't mention any reference to what the money's for. Is this something you're going to be able to change?
Maybe because I am not aware of this. So this is the first time I hear about that. So I will check because there is no reason about. We have to check. So you say when you receive a PayPal payment, you cannot know it is for a Delcampe transaction, and you have no idea of which items are paid with this PayPal payment.
Well, I know it's a Delcampe item because it doesn't mention what it's for.
Okay, yeah. Which is not the best way. Yes, it works, but it's not the best way, of course. I will check this because this is the first time I hear about it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I just add something, Sebastian?
Yes, please, Wayne.
In relation to what Clive was talking about earlier, your charges are a little higher than eBay on the lower priced items. But once you get to the higher priced items, the percentage and everything does work out more in the seller's favour. But one thing that I was aware of, and I think it's still the same, one of the benefits with you is you do not charge commission on the postal charges. So if we charge a buyer £2 for postage, the £2 comes to us, not £1.80 like it does on eBay because of the 10%. Can you just confirm that is still correct, please?
It is still correct, and we have no plan to change this because I don't think that's fair. So no, I don't think it is a fair policy to ask a commission on shipping. This is my belief. So I told you that we are about to change the system of shipping management, and this is not part of the change that will come later this year.
Good.
So I confirm, yes, we don't take a percentage of shipping.
No, I've been using your website for a few years, and although I don't like the lower priced items selling because it costs me more than eBay, I must admit otherwise, that's, I'm very happy with the service you give us.
Okay, thank you very much. So I was a little longer than 1 hour, but if you ask a question and you have time, I am happy to reply again.
Yeah. I just thought, just throw it into the mix, really. I sell a lot on a thing called eBid. I wonder what your opinion of the eBid site is, or do you have much feelings about eBid?
To be honest, I don't. I knew them a few years ago. I checked their site, but I did not go on their site for at least 5 years. So I'm sorry, but I cannot express any opinion about that.
Oh, I know it's an unfair question.
Yeah, I think they're very strong on church postcards.
Really?
What?
Church postcard?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what eBid is for.
Okay. But we are strong in the other cards. So
that's just a little British joke.
Well, eBid's a very cheap site, but it doesn't have so many visitors.
Okay. Understood, got it.
I think the site is looking very impressive these days, and it seems to work very well, I'm sure. But I think, like a lot of these online sites, they do tend to become a bit of a dumping ground for a lot of postcards in particular. I'm not
What do you mean by
about the other
dumping?
collectibles, but certainly with postcards. For example, if you look up Westminster Abbey, you'd be surprised how many there are there. I wonder how many people collect Westminster Abbey. I mean, that's a UK thing, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do those people really expect to sell them at those sort of prices as well? But what can you do about that?
I can tell you. Presently, we don't do anything, but just they don't sell the items. So it can stay there for years. So that is a problem. And this problem, we don't plan to address it this year, just because we have so many things to do this year already, which are already planned. But next year, we have a project. The code name is Sane Listings, meaning we will improve the quality of the listings. One of the ideas we have is an automatic price reduction when an item is not sold for a long time on the site. This is something we are thinking about. That means this item, okay, for me, it's not a problem to put a card that the value is maybe £0.50. It's okay. Just if you put for a card of £0.50 and you leave it online for 10 years, okay, me, Sebastian Delcampe, I am losing more money than £0.50. So that brings a problem for me. And it is a problem for the buyers as well because it pollutes the site. And it is a problem for other sellers because a polluted site is not attractive for buyers. So next year we plan to do something about that. It is not yet certain how we will do it, so I will not tell it now because it's not sure. But we will find a way to reduce the unsellable items. The main idea we have now is automatic price reduction for the items that sell really not. And this is what we plan for next year. But there is no plan to do that now, actually.
That's a good idea. Would that be whether the buyer whether the seller likes it or not?
Pardon, can you repeat your?
Would that be something that the seller would be imposed upon the seller, whether they like it or not?
Probably at the start it will be just an option because we will give that. Okay, it is good for the seller if we make their items sell. It's better to sell an item for £1 than to not sell it for £2. So this is something we will first advise, and if we see that there is maybe 10% or 5% of sellers who put online these unsellable items, but they fill the site. So after a certain time, if we see that these sellers who are the more concerned by this measure and they don't apply it, of course we will do something that will be a bit more strong, and we will probably do something mandatory for this. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
But we go step by step. As I said, we are a community of collectors, so the aggressive policies is not really our cup of tea. So we do step by step, and okay, we prefer to do it slow but do it safe.
That's one of the things I like. And the other thing I was going to actually say, it was the community pages on your website are a very good way to learn
Yes.
what is good, what is bad, and so on about everything.
Yes, you have seen that we have, I can show here, we have a blog on the site where we talk about collectibles. We have forums on the site so people can discuss together on the site. To be honest, the most active one is French on the site, and we have little attendance on the UK forum because we did not really encourage them yet to use it. So we have a blog. I think we have reached more than 1,000 articles on the Delcampe blog already. It is quite interesting because we talk about different type of collection. Here you see stamps and coins, but we already talked about postcards as well. And we have a magazine as well. So my magazine is more oriented on stamps because this is a category we were in very, very early. And we launched a magazine in France, which is now nearly the most famous one. We just do it in English as well. Every 1 year we make it in English. And so you can see it, I think you can see it on the site. When you go on the community, you have magazine here. Yes, this was an edition we have made. This is a magazine, but it was again about philately. It is for free as well, I have to mention. All the Delcampe community part is free. So forum is free, blog is free, and the magazine is free. Maybe for the PTA, it would be interesting to do something together. Just I launched the idea because we are very active doing partnerships, and if you have things to communicate, we can tell in our blog. We can do things together.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
So thank you, Steve. Any other question, comment? No? Okay. Just if you need to contact me, you can easily find me on Facebook if you like to send messages. On email, it's a bit more complicated because I have employees filtering my mails because many people want to write me. You can always reach us on the site as well. If you go on the site, you can contact the team, and there is always a person to reply you from the sales department, for instance, and they can help you if you need to start. If you want to start with the lister or the API. I know that if you want to subscribe on Delcampe a gold account, the cost in British pounds, I cannot tell it. I think it's around £40 a year. But I'm sure that if you contact the sales team, you can get the first year for free. So this is something that could be interesting, and it is not written on the site.
Thank you.
So, I think we are
We
heading
really
to the...
appreciate the presentation. It's been very helpful, and certainly, if you like, renewed my interest with Delcampe.
Okay, thank you. That was the objective.
And from the PTA, I think we really appreciate the input.
Okay, thank you. I hope you all have yes appreciated this moment together. For me, it was good to see you again, because if there is a long time I did not see some of you, and it is a pleasure to see you again. You know, that's I need not come to the show since it has been moved from out of London, but I'm trying to come back. Just the COVID prevented me this year, but I would like to come back again to working.
Our next
Shepton Mallet, I've seen. Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come to Shepton Mallet next year.
Yep. Maybe I will plan to do that, because yeah, I miss a bit coming to your shows. It was we spent very good moments there.
Right.
So
Yes, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
thank you all.
Yes. No, thanks, Bastian. Thanks a lot.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
Sebastian. Cheers.
Bye bye now. Bye.
Yeah, everyone.
thank you. Take care all, and
Bye.
wish you great
Thanks a lot.
success for your sales on the internet and outside the internet. Okay.
Thank you.
Good success to you. Take care.
Yes, you too.
Yes.
Au
Thank
revoir.
you all. Bye bye.
À bientôt.
Au revoir. Merci.
À bientôt. Oui.
À bientôt. See you soon. Bye bye.
Merci.